All right, the moment we've all been waiting for is pretty much here. The northeast monsoon has arrived. So in this explainer, we're going to dig into the powerful forces gathering in our atmosphere based on the analysis for October 15th, 2025, and figure out what it all means for the rain you're about to see.
So let's just cut right to the chase. The main takeaway is right here in this quote. It basically says, this indicates that the northeast monsoon has set in. And that's the bottom line. For all intents and purposes, the monsoon has started. Now, let's unpack what that actually means. And yep, you see it right there. The monsoon has begun. And really, all the signs in the atmosphere are pointing to this one thing. We're seeing those crucial easterly winds getting much, much stronger. And that's the classic signature that the season has turned. Now, we're still waiting on the official word from the Met Department, but honestly, that could come at any moment. The science is already telling us it's here. Okay, so let's get into the why behind all this rain. This isn't just a switch that gets flipped, There are some really powerful and specific things happening up in the atmosphere right now that are driving this huge shift in our weather. So the first big piece of the puzzle is this thing called an upper air cyclonic circulation. The easiest way to think about it is like a massive spinning whirlpool of air way up in the sky. And its location right now, right over the Kanyakumari and Arabian Seas, is just perfect. It's acting like a giant vacuum, just sucking up enormous amounts of moisture from the sea. And that moisture, that's the fuel for all this rain. But wait, there's more. That circulation is getting a massive boost. It's being supercharged by not one, not two, but three powerful atmospheric waves all crashing together right near the equator. You've got the MJO wave, the Rossby wave, and the Kelvin wave all meeting up. It's like having three massive engines all firing up at the same time to really kick this monsoon system into high gear. And this is the really crucial point. It's the combination of that circulation and these three converging waves that has created an incredibly powerful setup. This whole convergence is the main engine that's going to be driving the really heavy, widespread rain we're expecting, especially over South Tamil Nadu. Okay, so we've got the science down, we understand the why, but as the question on the screen asks, what's the actual effect of all this? What does this mean for us down here on the ground? Let's get into the forecast. So first, let's zoom out a bit and look at the bigger picture for South India, because even though our main focus is Tamil Nadu, this is such a huge system that it's having a big impact on several of the neighboring states too. All right, this table lays it all out for us pretty clearly. Over in Kerala, they're looking at heavy rain, particularly in places like Idukki and Kottayam. Karnataka can expect to see widespread thunderstorms, especially along the coast, but also reaching Bengaluru. Then, as we move east, Andhra Pradesh is on track for moderate to heavy rain in its central and southern districts. Telangana, on the other hand, seems to be getting a bit less, with mostly lighter rain up north. Now for the main event. Let's zoom right in on Tamil Nadu, because there is a heavy rain alert in effect. The state is smack in the middle of the system's path, so let's break down what's expected region by region. Kicking things off in the south, the impact is going to be pretty significant. You've got moderate to heavy rain for Kanyakumari and Tirunelveli, but things really ramp up for areas like Tenkasi, Madurai, and Dindigul, where we could see heavy rain and even some very heavy spells. The Nilgiris are also on high alert for heavy to potentially very heavy downpours. And that story continues as we move into the western and central parts of the state. We're looking at a huge area, from Thani and Ramanathapuram all the way up through Coimbatore and Salem, where widespread moderate to heavy rain is pretty much a given. Now, the Delta region, which is so important for agriculture, is also right in the thick of it. All the major Delta districts, from Pudukkottai all the way over to Cuddalore, are expecting moderate to heavy rain, and importantly, just like in the south, there's a real chance for some isolated, very heavy spells here too. And finally, let's head north. This includes the entire Chennai metro area and all the surrounding regions like Kanchipuram and Puducherry. The forecast here is consistent with the rest of the state. Expect moderate to heavy rain with that same potential for some more intense, very heavy bursts in a few spots. Phew, okay. That was a lot of detail, I know. So let's just pause for a second and boil it all down to the key takeaways, the most important things to remember from all this. So if you remember anything, remember this. 1. The northeast monsoon is here. 2. It's being fueled by a really powerful combination of atmospheric events. 3. This means we're looking at widespread moderate to heavy rain across almost all of Tamil Nadu. 4. Be extra alert in the southern and delta districts because they could see some very heavy spells. And finally, don't forget that our neighbors in Kerala and Karnataka are also getting a big dose of this weather.
And that pretty much wraps up our breakdown. We've looked at the science and the forecast. But now, the final question really is for you. Take a look outside, check the sky, feel the air. Has the monsoon finally begun where you are? Thanks for joining me.